What are little boys' dreams made of? Touchdown runs on the gridiron and home runs in an all-star game. What do you call a kid who does both? Well, his mother called him Vincent Edward Jackson, but America knows him as Bo Jackson. Storybook name, fairy tale career. That kid is now a superstar in both baseball and football, and an all-round athlete who, at only 27, has written his autobiography. But what he's most proud of is none of the above. We asked Stone Phillips to find out what makes Bo run and run and run.
Do you ever surprise yourself on the athletic field?
Nope.
Seriously, you never have?
Nope.
You don't?
Amaze yourself a little bit at times?
Never. I think what I do out on the field to myself is very average.
There's two Bo Jacksons. There's one Bo that's the most awesome baseball player I've ever seen. He's just a tremendous athlete. There's a Bo that is pretty good even when he has a bad day.
People that don't know Bo are the people that have a tendency of saying he's overrated because he's not overrated. There's nothing overrated about Bo Jackson. Zero. Nada. Zilch.
He comes from Alabama, breaking bats across his knee. And they say that as an athlete, he's picture perfect physically. Oh, Bo Jackson, while you pose in shoes and shorts, your teammates talk about you as the gift God gave to sports.
I would like to be in that body just one day and play baseball, just to see what it's like to run that fast and when you get up there to swing that big bat he's got like a toothpick.
He just may be the greatest athlete in the world. He's the only athlete ever to compete at all-star level in two professional sports. He's got world-class speed and enormous strength, coupled with surprisingly supple coordination that enables Bo Jackson, the outfielder for the Kansas City Royals, to drive baseballs up the Royal Road to oblivion. Here, in his first All-Star game, Bo hit a home run his first at-bat and went on to win the most valuable player honors for the game. Then, October comes around, and it's on to his part-time job with the Los Angeles Raiders. As a running back, he's the only player in NFL history to run more than 90 yards for a touchdown twice in one season, and his explosive ability excites even the opposing fans.
And you could hear the entire crowd go, in anticipation of greatness. There's never been that kind of anticipation of greatness since I've been playing the game, and that's 10 years.
Many believe he is bound for the Hall of Fame in both baseball and football, something no athlete's ever done. And on Madison Avenue, he's already arrived.
Don't I know you?
His extraordinary two-sport career has made him the most recognized and sought-after athlete spokesperson today.
Now where's that Tour de France thing?
His commercial endorsements for Nike, AT&T, and Pepsi, among others, will earn him more than $4 million this year, in addition to his player salaries, which total another $2 million. At age 27, Bo has also arrived on the bestsellers list. He dedicated his new autobiography, entitled Bo Knows Bo, to the only person Bo says is stronger and more stubborn than he is, his mother. He guards his home life in Kansas City the way he guards the outfield at Royal Stadium. Bo Jackson is an intensely private person, but it's here with his wife Linda, a psychologist, and their 3 children that we saw what a natural Bo is off the field as a husband, father, and hobbyist. Bo loves his bow and arrows. Bo also loves his money sports and earns his handsome keep. Though he's never done any serious weight training and only practiced 3 days before hitting the football field this year, he scored 2 touchdowns in his debut. We interviewed him the following day. Are you sore?
Yes, I'm always sore after my first game. The very first play, I thought they had cut me in half right at the rib cage. Bruised rib, sore shoulder, sore neck from hitting because you don't do that in baseball.
You write in the book, football is easy if you're crazy as hell.
Baseball's easy if you've got patience. Which of those is the more natural state for Bo Jackson?
I guess you can say the football side.
The crazy side.
Yes. Just simply what I said, you have to be crazy to play that game. And I've been this way all my life.
There are some people who know you well who say that the first week of the football season, you practically undergo a personality change.
True.
Anxious, a little nervous, perhaps?
Oh,
Maybe a little hard to get along with?
Yes. It's just an attitude. It's a mood change.
The switch to football is more mental than physical for Bo, and he admits that the transition brings out a rather nasty and ill-tempered side of him, a side his Raider teammates like to kid him about.
He's the big dog in baseball, but he's by far not the big dog here. There's some big dogs here. He starts his bully routine, and we tell him, yo, wait a second, man, wait a second. You got us mixed up with the shortstop and the third baseman. We're not taking that crap here. Go away.
Bo Jackson's bully routine is a remnant of his childhood here in Bessemer, Alabama. Every year, during his 10 days off between the baseball and football seasons, Bo comes back here to visit. He grew up bored and angry on this street that now bears his name, in this house with a working mother who had trouble controlling him. You say in the book that beating up on kids was the only thing you enjoyed in elementary school. True?
Yeah. Beat up on kids, steal bikes, do anything. Just do something, whatever it took to make the day more interesting. So.
You talked in the book also about being angry, feeling angry. What was that about? Growing up.
I guess one thing is because I really resented not having a father, just around the house.
You know, it's hard to imagine today, looking at you, that people would have teased you growing up, but that happened too, didn't it? Because of the stuttering?
Yes. Had a
in particular.
very bad stuttering problem when I was young.
And when people would tease you about your stuttering, what would
the hell out of them? Just as simple as that. They just had to pay the piper.
You mentioned in the book that kids also teased you because you had to wear hand-me-downs from your sister. Your sister's shoes?
Of course. There were times when I wore my sister's shoes to school, and the kids would look at my desk and see the shoes, and they'd say, those are girls' shoes. And I would lie and say, no, those are my shoes. But that's all that I had to wear at that time.
You know, listening to you talk about it today, you're calm, you have some perspective about it all.
Yeah.
Is the angry Bo Jackson still inside of you?
No, I ended that chapter of Bo Jackson, the angry kid, because it wasn't getting me anywhere.
It was here on the athletic fields of McAdory High School that Bo Jackson made his anger work for him and earned a scholarship to Auburn University. In 1985, he won the Heisman Trophy, awarded to college football's best player. But that same year, Bo also tasted criticism in the press for the first time. He was accused by some sports writers of letting his team down in big games by refusing to play with injuries. It's a criticism that still bothers Bo today. You know, no one has ever questioned Bo Jackson's athletic prowess, but there are those who have questioned your heart. And that's a sore subject with you, isn't it?
The heart, yes. Simply because you got people out there, you got people sitting up in the press box or wherever, making criticism, or they're criticizing the athlete out on the field. Well, this guy isn't playing because of this, or this guy isn't playing because of this. Who the hell are they to judge when it comes to a player's health?
The risk of playing with injuries today could end his incredibly lucrative career. And after growing up so poor himself, the money does matter to Bo.
I want my kids to have the best things out of life. Whenever there's a function at school where the kids have to pay, I don't want my kids to ever worry about, well, I wonder if mom or dad got the money so I could go on a field trip with the kids, which was always something that always scared the daylights out of me. Just walking home from school and waiting till mom get home from work that night and asking her, does she have some money? Does she have $5 that I could have so I'm able to go on the zoo field trip with the kids at school. And 90% of the time, she never had it. And I want things like that to be different for my kids.
You know, there are millions of fans who would tell you that their greatest fantasy, their greatest thrill in life would be to step up to the plate and hit a home run in a major league game or to dive over the goal line, score a touchdown in the NFL. And yet you say your greatest thrill came on August 2nd, 1988.
Yes.
Someone else was carrying the ball.
Yeah, she was carrying the ball, and I was a spectator. And that was when our second son, Nicholas, was born.
And when they actually handed Nicholas to him, I looked over and I saw tears in his eyes. And I said, Vincent, are you crying? Oh, well, a little bit. He didn't want to really admit to it. But then I guess he says, oh, well, I'm caught, so I might as well admit it. And he did.
Running a 90-yard touchdown, hitting a 500-foot shot off of someone, facing Nolan Ryan, accepting a scholarship to college, and all the wealth and the accolades that have come with my athletic career can't touch that one moment when I was there to see my son come in the world.
We interrupt this interview with Bo the Proud Father
Bo knows calculus.
for a final commercial moment with Bo the Intellectual,
Bo knows all this stuff.
which raises the question for Bo the Philosopher about when he's going to give us mere mortals out here a break.
What are you looking at? Nice toga.
Bo's got the perfect body and hardly works at it. Bo runs faster. Bo hits harder. Bo's teammates say he's superhuman. And now we're telling you he's an all-star family man, sensitive, caring, and faithful too? Yeah, I suppose we are.
You say in your piece that he's married to a psychologist. Does that give him some balance? Does she analyze him?
Well, she does. I mean, Bo kids about the fact that, first of all, that she looks like Tina Turner, and laughs about the fact that she's always psychoanalyzing him around the house. But, you know, when Bo gets angry at himself because of the way he played, or for whatever reason,
Yeah.
Linda talks to him, they work through it together, it helps Bo, he knows it, and best of all, he says, she doesn't even charge him a fee.
Might get rid of some of the, the anger that he had about his past, his early life, and things were so tough. Where did the name Bo come from? She calls him Vincent.
That's his real
Yeah.
name. Bo grew up with 9 brothers and sisters. The name comes from them because he was as tough as a boar hog, only they pronounced it Bo Hog. Shortened it to Bo, and there you have it.
Oh, better to be a boar hog than be pig-headed, right?
Which he's not.
Which he's not. That was fun. Thank you. Interesting.
When we come back, we'll tell you what has happened to a woman who was just a few years ago in the news every